Good evening and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Golden Lap and the Ezzolini save today. Season finale. Here we go. So, 2 races to go. We go to Spain and then we go off to the Netherlands for the Netherlands GP, the Dutch GP. It's called different things, but we start in Spain. Now, there were a couple of comments. There was a comment saying struggling with the new format. I kind of understand it because bouncing between the saves is a different thing. So if you've got a suggestion, if you think it would be better to go Ezzolini for the entirety of Season 2 and then LeBron for the entirety of Season 2, then, you know, let me know in the comments. Have your say and we'll see what we do, see what kind of gets decided, so to speak, as we move on to Season 2 of whichever save we move on to. And there was another comment saying if you want to get that trophy about finishing 5 positions up, we've got to finish in 6th. And that means Pope needs to race better and get those 7 or 8 points in order to do that. So, I am not going to purposefully crash cars, but the rule is no push, no burn, and we will just see where we end. Following that, we're not going to do anything kind of underhanded. We're just going to let the drivers drive, let the cars do what they do, and that's it. Nothing else other than that. So, Spain qualifying. Here we go. And send them out, and send them out. And off we go. Vitaly, you're not stuck behind anyone, are you? Just hold off a second and then you'll be able to put in a lap time. Everyone's on their out lap and now we are on flying lap. So Vitaly starts with the flying lap to begin things. Of course, with the LeBron save, I'm trying to get the win and we're trying to chase him down. We're trying to chase down the Ezzolinis, but in this save, it's very different. We are the Ezzolinis and we're trying to just put in decent performances with a focus on next season. So if the Popes are able to get 8 points more than us over the next 2 races, we will finish in 6th and we will have, you know, a chance for next season. But only really if we're kind of sensible with things. If we are not crashing, we make a good car next season, that would be very helpful. We've got to make a good car next season. There's no doubt about that. .35, and that was pretty good for Vitaly. I like that. Oh no, that was for Romano, actually. Alright, so now they've definitely got some open track because we've kind of got ahead of everyone else. It takes us a little bit less time to tune up and get new tyres on and, you know, get the car out or off the track, in the garage, and then back on the track. So off we go. Vitaly is kind of a little bit stuck behind one of the Hemlocks there. Romano's doing well just on his own. Vitaly goes 5th and Romano's goes 6th. Okay. So Vitaly pretty, well, now 6 and 7, and we're going to slowly move down. That's fine. Let's keep an eye on where Rinaldi is and Kekkonen as well. Got to keep an eye on both of those guys. It's not been easy for Vitaly so far with the tuning. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, that's not bad. The chassis of Romano's car almost done, almost ready to go. Okay, so it is a bit of a weird, you know, weird in between. You know, I want to get to next season and really push with the Ezzolinis. Of course, we want to try and put in an absolute crazy fast car and see if our our pay drivers see how they can do with it. I want the drivers without any, you know, that don't cost anything, because that's another achievement. I'm trying to get all the achievements. Vitaly goes 6th. Romano goes 8th. Pretty solid showing from us so far. Rinaldi is in 13th, but is setting a better lap time and moves up to 10th. Nice. Kekkonen up to 9th. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't really expect that. Okay, we'll focus on the engine for Romano, but I'm not sure which one for Vitali is the best to focus on. Some cars putting in slower laps is quite curious, because you would have thought you'd be improving as the session goes on, rather than losing out. Vitali's in the zone, that's good. We might see a good lap here. We might see a top 5 lap here. Let's see. Over the line. 5th. Romano goes 8th. And I'm sure Rinaldi and Kekkonen will put in some laps in a second. And we'll see where the Popes are going to finish. So I'm not gonna just deliberately crash my drivers out. That's not good. But I'm not gonna be pushing them. I'm not gonna be giving any risks. We are just gonna race. Okay, we can get both of those. I think we can get both of those. Well, I don't know. Maybe. It'll be close. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to focus on... What? That was awful. Oh, Rinaldi up into 10th. Kekkonen up into 9th. So they are putting in a job here, the Popes. They're kind of helping us out if we're going to get that trophy next season. Romano in the zone, however, all the way down at 16, 17 now. 18, goodness, Rinaldi in 16. So we got to put in some good laps, and we've got to hope that the Popes do it as well. 7 and 8, very nice. Let's see what happens. We've got both Pope drivers on their outlaps. Okay, we're going to focus here. Good. Okay, that worked. I'm glad. Okay, we got the steering done for Vitali, which is, you know, not anything special really, but we got it done. And we didn't manage to get the engine done, however. That was unfortunate. Okay, so we'll send out, and we'll send out, and this will be the last opportunities. Okay, last chance to see where we finish and to see what the Pope cars can do. Rinaldi goes 9th, down to 10th now. And Kekkonen is putting in the lap and cannot improve. Oh, wowza. Okay, well, we're going to see where we stand here. So this is a good kind of marker to see about next season. Vitali up into 9th. Romano up into 8th, which pushes Vitali down. The Popes, 15 and 20th. Just not good enough. Not exactly what we needed if we're going to try and... If they're going to try and beat us and take 5th, if we're going to accept that and go 6th, whatever. Okay, so we're going to go on the hard tyres for both cars. We're going to run a super simple one-stop. We're not going to push. We're not going to burn. We're going to let the drivers do what they do. We're going to watch Romano on the start. Here we go. And as expected, some cars have absolutely sent it, and some cars have lost position. For example, Rinaldi and Kekkonen. Kekkonen was started in 20th and is now in 10th. Like, just is a little bit crazy. A little bit crazy. Okay, we're going to go times 2 speed. Like I said, we're not really worrying too much about picking up like a bucket load of points today. We're not going to freak out about it. We're just going to let things go and do what we're doing. Pierre Siliers has crashed in the Hemlocks. We just want a solid race. We just want a solid race. We'll see if the Popes manage to pick up points. At the moment, they're picking up 1 point. which isn't overly enough to overturn the gap that we've got to them. But that 6th place finish, you know, it allows us to try and get the trophy next season if we go for the win, if we try and get the win, which we're certainly going to try and do. And also, without me saying, let's just crash and give them all the points, you know, I don't feel, that feels dishonest. At least this way, it's out of my hands, the drivers do what they're going to do, and Pope, their whole team, they can do what they're going to do as well. So, LaRousse with the fastest lap. How the heck is Acosta in an April up in 3rd? Where has that come from? The same kind of for Campbell in 7th. Like, what on earth? Well, Levi Mack got Acosta really quickly. That didn't take long. Laframboise. Laframboise. Loses out. Kokkonen in 10th. Rinaldi in 12th. There again, they're just taking 1 point at the minute. Vitali's in the zone. That's good. This is going to be an interesting race because this is almost like you can run this as like a neutral kind of experiment, if you know what I mean, like where I'm not having any direct decision-making effect on the race. We are genuinely just letting the drivers do what they've got to do in our cars, running the hard tyre to try and extend the first stint, not pushing the fuel, not pushing the tyres, just the drivers go and do their thing. And we'll see where this comes out. It's actually like, you know, an interesting kind of stability experiment. And I'm curious to see how it ends. And if there are more DNFs up ahead of us, then... if there was one now, Romano would actually be picking up a point for doing nothing, for just driving. Just completely, like, stable, solid driving. Which could be funny. Also interesting that both LeBron cars decided to go on the hard tire as well. Quite interesting, quite interesting. Looks like most other teams have kind of split their strategy. You can see you've got, if we look up from the bottom here, actually go from the top. So LaRousse, you've got medium, so they're actually the same. Acosta and Fisher, different. Lovera and Laframboise, different. Campbell and Fonseca, they were different. They now have, you know, Fonseca is pitted. Oh, Rodriguez and Artie von Heim. Oh, Artie von Heim? Oof. That's another car gone. Okay, ×4 just to get through this yellow flag period. And we're just, like I say, this is like the control. You know, when you have an experiment, what is the control? This is the control. We're going to see where we stand going into next season without my input, without me making decisions, without pushing drivers, anything like that. Be very, very curious. Oh, Kokkonen with a slow pit stop. Oh. Look, if you don't get 5th place, the Pope team, you've only really got yourself to blame. Is that a slow stop for Campbell as well? No, okay, it wasn't. But that felt like a slow stop. That's kind of crazy. So Romano is now running in 5th because of the pit stops and hard tyres and everything like that. Which is quite... I mean, if we were to take a double points finish when we've kind of struggled this season and it comes from me having no input, I'll be like, yeah, maybe I should just stop. Red flag. Moretti, of all drivers. So there's our one pit stop, really. We shouldn't really need another one. If there's any yellow flags from now to the end, we genuinely will not need another one. Let's watch Romano up in 5th at the moment. And off we go. So Romano's lost a couple of places, all the way down to 9th now. But Vitali, again, just a really bad start. Is it because they're not pushing and burning? Is that genuinely the only reason? It must be. Okay, ×2 speed. We're going to stop watching Romano in particular. We've got Rinaldi and Kekkonen in 14th and 16th. So, like, the Pope team, the thing is that, you know, even if I'm like, oh, I'm not having any input and the drivers will decide things, if the Pope drivers don't finish in the points, then we're going to finish 5th anyway. It doesn't matter if I DNF or not. Unless, you know, they're in 11 and 12 and I'm in 9 and 10 and then I do, you know, we could purposely crash and then they take 3 points. And is that really worth it? No, not really. Even at the moment, we're only picking up 4 points. It's not exactly groundbreaking, is it? Still, there's a long way to go in this race, and the Pope drivers, I'm sure, will try and work things out. Okay, that's lap 30, and like you can kind of see our hard tires aren't going to go to the end. The thing is, though, is that you've also got to remember how interesting. You've also got to remember that we're actually a lap down. And because we're a lap down, or at least we were a lap down, does the lap get undone because of the red flag? I feel like it doesn't. You're still a lap down. You just restart again and try and get the lap back. Because under safety cars, you get that whole... Well, you get that whole Abu Dhabi letting the lapped cars through and not others and blah, blah, blah. There's no yellow flag, so there's nothing happening. I do apologize, guys. This is a little bit kind of, you know, a little bit of a waiting game, a little bit of a somewhat boring episode, because we're just trying to get to Season 2. Like, that's where things will hopefully get exciting. Things will hopefully be more competitive, and we're going to have a faster car, and we'll be able to upgrade and spend the money that we've kind of not spent this season. Being kind of patient about things. But the laps are ticking by. Oh, look at that. Kekkonen made a position. Oh, nope, didn't. It's because they're pit stops. Oh, okay. Rinaldi just got Vitali. Oh, no. Vitali got him back. Even when we're in this situation, we're not trying to get overtakes, but we do. Okay, so 7th is 6 points. I think we're taking 8 points right now compared to the Pope drivers 1. So, I mean, is that not kind of funny? It feels kind of funny. Okay, if there's not a yellow flag by lap 60, we'll have to pit again. Because I don't want to just like leave them out on the hard tires and then that costs them a load of positions at the end. Because again, that just feels like fake. Feels like doctoring it. Letting them drive is not doctoring it. Just drive. Okay, so we're now 7 and 8, which is 10 points. Right, so 50 laps gone, 68 total. The Pope drivers are trying their best to get in the points. No yellow flags yet, however, to extend our hard tyres and take them to the end. Even with 4 DNFs really early as well. Like 4 DNFs within the what? Like whatever lap that is. Lap 20 odd? I'm not quite sure. But since then, nothing. Conan's trying to chase down Rodriguez as well, which would give the Popes even more points, but they need to actually get past us if they want to do anything in particular. Romano's in the zone. In fact, it kind of looks like Rodriguez is going to get Rinaldi. Oh, yellow flag. That means our hard tires will potentially go to the end. Okay, times 4. So Rosenqvist is 16. So that doesn't change anything in terms of points. We do now just let them drive to the end. We don't need to pit. We don't need to do anything. We may well end up taking a freaking double points finish for doing nothing. For me, doing nothing. Which is only a little bit ironic, because it kind of shows that my drivers can do it, and maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I am the issue, you know? Maybe I am. But the thing that kind of gets me is that the other cars with those hard tires that are trying to just take it to the end, like they're also, all of them are saying they need to take it to the end, which is, again, quite curious. Okay, the Popes are now running in the points. But that's because Rodriguez decided to pit. So are the Popes going to go in? They are. So they are now 11 and 12. Fisher might pit. Of course, we won't. We're just going to let them stay out there for as long as possible. Because they should be able to bring it home. No worries, really. So Fisher pits, and the Popes are taking 1 point. As things stand. Romano is in the zone. We're genuinely gonna take 7 and 8. In a race where I've just said, hands off, you do whatever you guys want to do. And somehow they're not even asking for new tyres or anything just yet. How are they not asking for new tyres? Okay, Levi Mack gets the finish line. LaRousse, fastest lap. Other cars are finishing up. We are finishing up. And we end the race 7 and 8. So we take 10 points. Moretti. It's a dark day. Whoa. What is every... Oh, there's only 2 points. Oh, Vernier. The only team without any points. I mean, look at that. We actually gained on the Popes. And that's with me not doing anything. Tristan Lupe steps into the LeBron. And we go on into the next qualifying session. And it looks like 5th place is going to be it. So that trophy of the finish X position and, you know, let's say if you finished in 10th, 5 places better. Well, would it be 5th or would it be 6th? Do you add 5 or you like, so 10th, 1 place better, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th? That would be 5 places better. It's wet. It is rainy. There's going to be... There might even be more DNFs than there were in this race or on this track than there was in the last one. I'm just going to focus up on the engine. I mean, those are bad. Yep. Oh, those are great. 31. Okay, actually not that bad. Okay, for this one, we're going to focus on the steering. $26. Not particularly good. Okay, we'll send them out under the yellow flags and times 4 to get through. So everyone will be... Oh, yep, there we go. Let's calm it down. Okay, engine again. Good. Okay, 59 out of 60, not bad. Steering, okay. Oh, that's a good 10. Wow, okay. 0. So 56 out of 80 on that one. We're doing okay with our tuning. And sitting in 6th, 5th and 6th, 5 and 6. Whoa, Tristan Lupe though. Down in 17th. Now we know Tristan Lupe. We've got a bit of a memory about Tristan Lupe from our night save, and unfortunately, Tristan Lupe crashed when he was driving for us as a night driver, and we lost him. And that one was particularly difficult to take because he seemed like he was going to fly for us. He seemed like he was going to be a rapid driver and was potentially going to be challenging, you know, the very next season for, you know, for the championship, for race wins and things like that. But we lost him, and that meant that I think it was it with Bregman or was it with LaRousse? And we had, or did LaRousse replace Lupe? I can't remember because we had so many drivers over the course of those seasons. But in general, we really missed out with Tristan Lupe. So the fact that he's not having a great quali here in what we know is a very fast car in the LeBron, I'm a little bit concerned. I'm a little bit concerned and I'm a little bit surprised as well. All I do know right now is that 5th and 6th is going to, we're more or less going to stay that way because of the rain. So that's pretty impressive. Okay, not bad. Nice. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, 47 out of 80. So we are hopefully going to get 2 out of 3 done here. There is, like, something quite nice. Like, quite kind of simple. In simplifying the way you do the tuning, where I don't look at the numbers from the different parts and I just say, this part is the one I'm going to focus on. It is something, like, freeing about having that, like, simplicity in, I'm going to focus on this part. That's it. No matter what numbers come my way, I'm going to focus on this part. And the numbers might be good, the numbers might be bad. It matters not. Because we're still going to focus on that part. Okay, we are 4 and 5. Like I say, no one is improving because we've got like 40 seconds or so. We are 40 seconds or so behind. That's just unlucky. Oh, so close. Okay, also, because the Popes didn't really manage it in that last race, I'm kind of... Do I race this next race, the last race of the season? Do I race it with the same attitude, or do I... Do I race it? And, you know, I want to be active, but I want to just kind of get to next season. Like, I'm more focused on next season than I am this season. For obvious reasons, you know, it can't be a surprise. Actually pretty impressive to get to 31 there. $18. Okay. Okay, last laps. In we go, and that is quali done. That is the last quali done of the season, guys. Ezzolini season 1, we go 5 and 6, and that might be our best quali yet. Yeah, it's definitely a start on the wets kind of drive. Claude Deschamps is invigorated. We are going to watch Vitali on the start from position number 5. Let's see how we go off the start here. We're not pushing because it is raining and it's heavy rain as well. And unfortunately, that does mean we have moved back quite significantly because those other cars, like, it's risky as heck, no? In the rain like this? I mean, I say that. Look at the Popes now. 8 and 11. All right. Not really expected. 8 and 12 now. And we're out of the points, so... I don't actually remember how many points clear we are of them, but I'm going to say they're going to need a chunk of points in order to overturn the gap. But Romano and Vitali are giving them a chance right now because they're freaking down in 11th and 17th. And it's not really a surprise. Tristan Lupe running in the race is a little bit faster. Look at that, all the way up to 6th. Make that 5th. So maybe just struggled in the rain. Maybe that's what it was. But Tristan Lupe is now finding his groove in that LeBron. So not really... Well, it's to be expected. You know, it's not a surprise. That car is rapid. We know that. We're going to be fighting next season. We're going to be fighting the LeBrons all the way through. We're going to be making upgrades. We're going to be building new parts from the very beginning of the season all the way to the end. I promise you this. Romano is still moving backwards. Oh my word, into 19th. No push and no burn does this to a guy, I suppose. Okay, guys, I'm going to ×4 this. You know, we're sat in the rain. We're not really doing much. We're genuinely just trying to get our drivers to the end of this race so we can go to next season. That's genuinely it. There's the DNF. We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming because it had to be. Like, look at this track. Look at the weather. And look at some of these corners and tell me it's not going to be, like, relatively easy to lose the rear end and just, whoa, round we go. You know what I mean? Whoa. Tristan Lupe is showing up. Tristan Lupe is showing up. Second place at the minute. Fastest lap by over a second. Compared to teammate as well. Oh, there's a wailing. La Pompois again. Tristan Lupe. What is happening? Okay, and I mean, it does make perfect sense to pit stop now. And again, any more yellow flags, we run to the end. We've got the yellow flag. So we actually lose less time. So we're taking advantage of the yellow flag. So is Kekkonen there as well, taking the yellow flag. Do not have a slow stop, Kekkonen. Nope, did all right. Did all right. Okay, so we're 9 and 13. And under the yellow flags, obviously our tyres do go to the end. I don't think our tyres are going to go to the end. It will probably be exactly like last time, where if there are any more yellow flags, it just does, it makes our tyres go to the end. And if there is, Maldonado out in front. DNF. There's your yellow flag. it's happening. I mean, this is like such a solid strategy of just one stop it. There will be yellow flags. Your tyres will go to the end. Yeah, keep going. Do your best. So Villalba's up in 6th. That is actually good for the Popes. That is, what is that, 8 points? And that is 8 points. Interesting. But like I say, we're not going to purposely send it. We're not doing that. We still want to race. And this is the fairest way I can really... Wow. Red flag. We are 8 and 10. We get a new set of wet tyres. Everyone else, I'm going to guess, is going to push and burn. We've got 5 cars DNF'd in this race. And, oh, 8 times speed. No. Slow down. We are 10 and 12. Villalba had a terrible start, all the way down to 13th. But Kekkonen's up to 7th, so interesting. And we're in 10 with Romano. Okay, so it's all about... Oh, Von Heim's actually a lap down as well, so that's something to keep in mind as well. Okay, so Kekkonen at the minute takes 6 points, and Villalba would have to take both of our drivers and get himself up into the points in order for Pope to have any chance of taking that 5th place from us. Kekkonen's lost the position. Vitali and Oh, Artie Von Heim. Again. Didn't Artie Von Heim lose it in the last race as well? And Rosenqvist. And I need to check that. Is the RNG genuinely the same? No, because Cilier's lost it in the last race. So it isn't exactly the same, but it is freaking similar, because Lafamboise, LeBron, Von Heim, maybe Rosenqvist as well. I can't remember. But it feels like similar. Let's see what else there is, if there's more. There might be more. Okay, the Popes have actually done it this time. So what they couldn't do last race, they are doing this race. They're both in the points. We're both sat out of the points. They are currently 7 and 8. And if there are any more DNFs, they will just pick up more points. But then again, so will we. So that's curious. Now, they need to get ahead of Rodriguez if they want to kind of double up here. Double up. You know, double points finish and more. Because 6 and 7 is 25, 18, 15, 12, 10. 8 and 6. That's 14 points. Whereas at the moment, they're taking 10. So just that one swap of an 8th to a 6th is... Oh, Acosta's got between them. Never mind. And there's only like a lap to go because... Or 2 laps to go, maybe? Oh, but there we go. Villalba's got 6th. Kokonen's down in 9th. Kokkonen needs to push if you want to get some more points. Let's see how this ends. I think this is our last lap because Levi Mack is entering the last lap. And oh no, we might actually get to race our last lap. I'm not sure. Levi Mack is about to finish. And does finish. Lovera takes second. Larousse in third. Jan Schaub, the Hemlocks, with a 4-5 is very good. And that is that. Okay, so we don't take any points from this race. And Rosenqvist is gone as well in the Bancroft. My goodness. So the Popes take 10 points compared to our 0. Moretti takes the season. And they're still 6 points back. So it genuinely didn't matter in the end. They would have had to... They took 10 points. Another 4 would have been 42. They needed more in the last race. So we take 5th place. We take $60 in the bank. Look at that. Romano's actually picked up speed. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, I'm going to click continue and we're going to keep everybody. Only costing us 20. We're going to see what happens. We've got our team done. We've got a lot of money. We can go experimental to try and get more out of the car, but we're going to upgrade parts anyway. And we don't want to get a real... Oh. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Experimental. Let's go for it. Okay, what changes are there in the driver lineup? So, Paul Woods has gone to LeBron, which means Tristan Lupe might be picked up somewhere else. Ryan and Holgerson in the Chapmans. Wayland stick with their driver lineup. Hemlock bring Maldonado from the Chapmans. Cilliers stays. Our team is the same. LaRousse and Steiner in the Popes. Morstan and Edwards for April. Interesting, because Morstan is quick. Fisher and Schaub. So Fisher from April to Knight. Schaub from Hemlock to Knight. Kokkonen and Campbell. Vernier and Pope. Hostler and Shikanami. They were both free agents. I mean, we're going for the win. We're going for the win. Let's see what our car looks like. Oh, that is terrible. That's actually terrible. What is that? The engine is 2239. Oh my word, that is awful. We've done okay with the chassis, but that is bad. Oh my word. Oh my word. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Golden Lap. It is the Ezzolini season finale. It did feel like, and I'll be honest, it does feel like a little bit of a kind of like a not going out with a bang, but with a whimper. Because now is the focus. Season 2. Look at our bank. 158. We have got money in the bank. We've got 2 no-cost drivers who are both patriotic. They both have the silkworm trait. And they're both, well, like I say, no-cost drivers. We've got Neri. We've got Latella, which does mean we might get some bad pit stops in. We can... You know what? We can potentially spy on another team now. And try and get an engine. Let's see. Oh, they don't have anything. They don't have anything. Their car is not that good. Success, it worked. Oh my word, okay. Yeah. Okay, so we did improve our engine just by doing that. And then we can potentially spy on another... And this just gives us a kickstart. It means that we save a little bit. We've made up, like, you know, 140 performance because it worked. If it didn't work, we'd be starting on, like, -0, I think. Negative 10 points or something. It's risky. But we'll leave it there for next season, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit of a kind of like a calm way to end the season, but we did it. We spied it. We did it. Until next time.